Elite 11 of Robot Wars, and so far ripped and torn, but through to the semi-finals, the likes of Pitbull and Mace 2, all with a variety of weaponry and armoury. Blade and Big Brother. There was Chaos 2, of course, against Big Cheese. And digging deep, the Grave Digger. With its momentum and power and weight, and Stegosaurus had the drive. Looking fearsome was Hypnodisc. And into the second semi-final went the Beast of Bodmin and 101. And now it's time for more. Let's rip them to the core on Robot Wars!
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome that fine figure of marine biology, Craig Charles.
My local pub can get a bit violent. It's the kind with sawdust on the floor. It's all that's left of the furniture. I'm not saying it's rough. It's just that even the pool table gets its pockets picked. The barmaid carries a riot shield. And the jukebox has got a criminal record. And I don't mean the one by steps. The thing is, there's always fights in my pub over nothing. You stare at another man's peanuts and prepare to get assaulted or dry roasted, depending on what he's got. Which is why we've created Robot Wars, a place where grown men and women can come to brawl over nothing more than a place in our semi-finals, without upsetting anyone playing dominoes. Philippa, who are tonight's happy punters?
Right, news from the pitch is you may have recognised this team from previous wars. They're back with a new robot called Axiom, which has a lance and a what? What is that? A wedge. Ooh, not very nice. So we're expecting damage from that. This Spike on Toe Cutter whizzes around at 120 miles per hour. They've been slicing melons in their spare time, but hopefully they'll get through a little bit more than that. Exterminator here. Guys are very confident with Exterminator, aren't you? No problem. We're looking at a scoop and stab technique from Exterminator, and what they're hoping to practice that on, first of all, is Hefty. Hefty here, bit psychedelic, bit flower power, bit expensive. £2,000, Karen. That's his missus. This robot costs £2,000, and we weren't meant to say anything she doesn't know. Oh, Karen, I'm so sorry, mate. This is Mr. Punch. He packs a punch just like that. And over here we have Judge Shred, who has horrible cutters on the front with 150 PSI pressure. OK, come and meet the Andrew family, who've created the sofa that can pull the Volvo.
That's right.
Is that true? Yes, with the handbrake on, really? This is Purple Predator. Look at that. It's an Action Man turned into a Yoda. What's this under here? A ram. Oh, look at that. Cushioned for extra comfort. And now, to a team that you will no doubt recognise, the Panic Attack team, victorious last war. Is it going to be the same this time? Still got battle scars.
Yeah, we've done them in the trailer on the way up, so...
Oh dear, that's not a very good start, is it?
But it's the most colourful, charismatic field so far. Exterminator, huge and heavy, against Hefty and nifty. Hippie robot, Purple Predator, look like a settee to me. Against Toe Cutter, can slice melons, but what about Matilda? Judge Shred against Mr. Punch, and Axios against Panic Attack, the reigning champions. Already scratched, but out to dent a few hopes again here.
If you're all sitting comfortably, let the wars begin!
From Hereford, Exterminator.
Watch for the pneumatic lift at the front and the ramming spike. The aluminium sheets, 25mm thick. 2 hatchback car starter motors provide the power for speeds up to 20 miles an hour, the quickest in the field.
My name is Marlon, this is Paul, and Simon can't be here today as well. This is our robot, Exterminator. Our main weapon is the Spike, which we're going to try and impale as many people as possible on. We've got a lifting mechanism to try and stop people driving off, and a self-righting mechanism if we get flipped over.
From West Yorkshire, Hefty.
Oh no, Philippa's caused hefty problems at home by letting Stuart Reynolds' wife know the cost of the 2 electric motors, the ram, the black composite shell. Karen, it was money well spent. Or was it?
My name's Stuart, I'm the team captain. This is Bernard and Darren.
This is Hefty, our tank, with 150 pounds of pure stabbing power.
And this is our flower power shell, which is fabulous.
Robot ears, stand by.
You wouldn't believe it, but Exterminator's the lighter robot here, with Marlon Pritchard, a part-time DJ, and Paul Lewis, who wants to be a pro golfer, and there's Hefty, with Stuart Reynolds and Bernard Mosley, Darren Brown.
Activate.
Hefty, all flower power, peace and love. Apart from that front spike, and look there, also the deadly pneumatic spike on the top of Exterminator. The front scoop as well looks solidly designed and dangerous, but how manoeuvrable. Can get up to 20 miles an hour, Exterminator. The spike impaled on the top of Hefty and strong enough to lift Hefty almost up on its side and against the arena wall. Now there, it rolls Hefty up and over. Have they got any sort of Stream X self-riding mechanism? I don't think so. Kill-A-Lot in the background comes in for the kill. And now, can the Hefty boys get their robot up and running? I don't think so. Towards the pit, all that paintwork. Sir Kill-A-Lot has its own fan club. And Hefty has its own grave and is about to be dumped therein. That's the end of Hefty. Exterminator through him very quickly.
Cease.
This was the moment that was key. Down came the spike. Hefty was impaled, couldn't get away, lifted and tossed. And of course, that's the cue for Kill-A-Lot to enter. Revving up to come in for the kill. And that was the coup de grace.
Hefty stumbles at the first hurdle. Exterminator, the winner.
It was very fast. What do you all have to say to Karen?
It's going to cost a
Don't
fortune
laugh.
for Stuart to fix this.
I think a little sorry, I'll take you out to dinner, darling, would be nice.
Definitely.
Well, go on then.
Definitely.
Go on, she's at home watching.
Sorry, I'll take you out to dinner,
Darling.
darling.
Well, you did the trick, well done. And no damage, really, either.
No,
I can
not
see,
really.
hardly a scratch. Good, because that's lovely paintwork, isn't it? Nice bit of paintwork there, well done, guys.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Okay.
With Stuart's £2,000 blown, it'll be Karen's housekeeping paying for that dinner. Hefty out and Exterminated through. Purple Predator next up against the Toe Cutter.
From Reading, Purple Predator.
Powerful enough to pull an estate car, and yet the lightest in the heat at 76 kilos. This Purple Prince is crowned by a flipping arm and electric disc saw. What a fur-brained entry from the Andrew family.
I'm Trevor,
I'm Sam. And I'm George.
and this is our robot, Purple Predator. It's powered by a 24-volt battery and is based on an invalid tricycle. It's strong enough to pull a car along, and for weaponry we have a pneumatically powered flipping arm, and at the back we have a cutting saw.
From Edinburgh, Toe Cutter.
This'll prune a few nails, nuts and bolts with its 12-volt electric motor-driven horizontal bashing blade. The body shell's reinforced 6mm aluminium sheet. It cost £3,500 to build.
Hi, I'm Simon, the team captain, and this is John, he's the weapons officer, and this is our robot Toe Cutter. Toe Cutter's main weapon is this 3-kilogram electric spring-operated rotating blade, which we want to do some damage with.
And boy, what damage under its working title, Blade Runner. This was Toe Cutter in the audition. That's a melon though, boys. How about Matilda and Kill-A-Lot? They're different.
Roboteers, stand by.
Purple Predator with Trevor Andrew, who loves his DIY, Sam, 12, and George, 10. And Toe Cutter, Simon and John Reeson, who wants to fly a Hurricane. Simon wants to fly into outer space. And that blade is so deadly. I think we're going to see some fur flying here. But it's Purple Predator, rather nervously and tentatively on the attack, and there goes that blade, and yes, there's a slash in the purple fur of the Predator. Love the old Action Man character on top with the springy arms. Toe Cutter backs away, and already you can see there the fur has been literally ripped from the side of the Purple Predator. Trying to get away, I think, out of harm's reach, but of course, Toe Cutter has driven it into the CPZ, patrolled there by Dead Metal. It's such an old tactic, but it's a proven tactic in Robot Wars. Drive your opponent into the corner patrol zone, and already there the grip on Purple Predator, and that Dexian frame aluminium composite panelled side. Gets away though, Purple Predator. What preparation went into the bodywork. What a shame. And bucked and thrown around the arena floor as well. Now Toe Cutter. You hardly saw the blade whip around. It is so fast. And now between a rock and a hard place. Dead Metal and Toe Cutter, but Toe Cutter flipped up on its side by the arena spike, just managing to right itself. Well, that really would have been a huge shock. Purple Predator ripped and torn. Not yet shredded, though, the hopes of the Andrew family.
Cease.
But surely Toe Cutter has gone through. There we saw Purple Predator thrown up into the air, down again. You can see the fur hanging limp from the side. Damaged by the house robots too.
The Purple Predator gets a clipping and Toe Cutter go through.
Oh, my goodness, have you seen that scar?
That was Dead Metal.
That was Dead Metal. He's a force to be contended with, isn't he? Yeah. Come on, what happened from your point of view?
Went in reverse.
Yeah, the steering broke and the actuator wasn't working.
And then when we drove into them, their weapon, they could use their weapon on us.
Tore it all up.
But you never, you happily secreted Flipper.
I think it's taken a bang and it's got jammed. It doesn't go.
Now, you got your little trophy.
Yeah.
But I've got a bone to pick with you. I don't reckon that did go at 120 miles an hour.
I think it did.
And anyway, the other thing I was thinking, right, is how do you measure it?
We filmed it and worked out how fast on the film, so it goes faster than you can film it. You see? So we guessed.
What, so that's reliable, is it?
No, not at all. No.
You made it!
We filmed it in slow motion, you see. Nonetheless, though, Toe Cutter through, and next up, Judge Shred against Mr. Punch.
From Leicestershire, Judge Shred.
Clever use of golf cart batteries, a wheelchair speed controller, 22mm tubular steel and aluminium shielding. The weapon, a flipper and a cutter, but will Judge Shred condemn his opponents to execution?
Hello, my name's Alan. This is our robot, Judge Shred.
Hi, I'm Paul, and basically the body is made out of weld mesh, 2-inch weld mesh, covered in fiberglass and moulded round the robot, hopefully make it nice and compact.
All the weapons are done on 150 psi CO2 canisters. The front weapons are cutters that really are sharp, they're hardened edges. The back one is a spike, which is variable, so we've got an extra grip at the back if we get pushed off.
From South Bank University, Mr. Punch.
Has plenty of that with its pneumatic flipper bar and ram. The body's aluminium over stainless steel subframes. What a print job. What an array of battering ram heads. What? No, Judy?
Hi, my name's Kieran. This is Andy and Glenn. This is our robot, Mr. Punch. It's 24 volt, runs on 2 wheelchair motors. We have an aluminium shell, aluminium base plates, stainless steel subframe. Our weapons, we have this flipper bar, which will allow us to turn ourselves upright if we get turned upside down. And we have a pneumatic ram on the front there.
Roboteers, stand by.
Judge Shred with Alan and Paul Blakeman. Alan's an 18 handicap golfer. Paul drag races at Santapod. And Mr. Punch with Kieran Kenny, Glenn Stanning and Andy Pridmore. Keen skiers and rugby players.
Activate.
And you have to say there's great work gone into the preparations of the robots here. Meticulous for this heat. The paint job, the mechanical preparations, splendid. Judge Shred there with those pincers in underneath Mr. Punch, who will try and angle itself for the big knockout blow, no doubt. The boxing glove is a lovely touch. And there's the front ram as well. What's on the end of that front ram? It looks as if you could mash potatoes with that, I'm not too sure. Mr. Punch against the arena wall. At the moment, it's Judge Shred doing all the work. Now, what can Punch do here? You don't want to get that boxing glove over the flame pit. We really will smell burning leather there. Mr. Punch turning tentatively. Only 5 miles an hour at top speed. Judge Shred slightly quicker, not much though. The heavier of the 2 robots, about 6 kilos heavier, Judge Shred. This is all a battle of brains, not brawn so far. Lovely movement of the pincers, though, at the front of Judge Shred. Mr. Punch, not a great deal of movement. And don't forget, if it goes to the judges, if it does go to the judges, they'll be counting on aggression and control style and damage caused. And it's damage sustained at the moment by Mr. Punch. from the house robots. Look at that from Shunt, the great axe penetrating the shell of Mr. Punch. Dragged now across the arena floor by the pincers of Judge Shred. Who's at the controls of Mr. Punch now? He needs the old Punch and Judy policeman to come in and rescue him here. Judge Shred pushing against the arena wall. Mr. Punch drives back. Good power there. Using the radio controller well. There at the controls, though, Alan and Paul Blakeman of Judge Shred. I think they're on top so far. They've been the more aggressive robot. Punch spinning delightfully, but going where?
Cease.
Going nowhere, I would think. This goes to the judges. Punch on the flame pit and also in trouble with Shunt. Penetrated. Ooh, one in the eye there for Mr. Punch. And again.
Mr. Punch, that's not the way to do it. Judge Shred through to round 2.
It's smouldering, apparently. It's a bit smouldering from underneath. Why is that?
It's fiberglass, so it's just the flames caught it just a little bit. It didn't actually set on fire. It's just.
Oh, okay.
We've
So
got
you,
our own CO2 system to stop it.
have you? You don't get too flash now. You've only won one.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to go through.
We know.
Temporarily put to bed Judge Shred. He'll be back. Next up, Axios against the reigning champions, Panic Attack.
From Swindon, Axios.
The name in Greek means a truly worthy and deserving person. Its tail can lift or crush. It has a drill extension too, and its flicking tongue deserves worthy praise.
I'm Colin, this is John, and this is Chris, and we're from Cranfield University. And this is our new robot called Axios. He is a four-wheel drive skid steer robot with a large tail for elevating, penetrating, or pulverising the opposition. He also has a twin rack-driven tongue for that bit of extra push.
From Gwent and reigning champion, Panic Attack.
They rebuilt their Robot King 4 times since he took his crown. They've settled on lifting spikes powered by Swedish Electrics, an alloy frame and shell. It can lift and push its own 81.6 kilos.
Hello, we're Team Panic. My name is Kim Davis, I'm Team Captain. This is my son Michael. We're back from the last wars with a few improvements. We now have a self-righting mechanism, and we have much larger and much more powerful spikes.
This was Panic Attack in the last wars against Cassius in the grand final. Cassius was the favourite, but Panic Attack stopped all that nonsense and won the crown.
Congratulations.
Hold the award up,
Hold it up, go on. Yay!
Roboteers, stand by.
Tough task for Axios then, with Colin Offer, Chris Ransom, whose hero is David Bowie, and John Economou, and there's Panic Attack, with Kim and son Michael. Michael was the creator of the idea of Panic Attack.
Activate.
And he looks a little bit nervous there. Oh, and why not? Axios in on the attack. Looks like some deadly samurai warrior with a missile launcher on top. Panic Attack spins, groggy from the first onslaught from Axios. Now prodding away with the front lifting, rams Panic Attack, and Axios driven in against Dead Metal. Away, points the missile launcher with the spike towards Panic Attack. Panic Attack, good manoeuvrability. In comes Dead Metal. There again, Axios driven against the arena wall. It seems Dead Metal, you can see there, trying to slam its pincers together. Axios now nervously prodding against Panic Attack. The front lifting mechanism can act as a Shremek now for Panic Attack. A self-riding mechanism should it be flipped up over. Trying once again to bring those front lifting spikes to bear, Panic Attack. Axios on the charge. Lifted up. Ooh, almost by Panic Attack. Those front lifting spikes give it more of a wedge shape, actually, when it's flying forward, Panic Attack, to get in underneath Axios. 6mm ground clearance only on, well, we'll call it the challenger here, because, of course, Panic Attack are the reigning champions. So difficult for Attack to get in underneath Axios. Backing away. Where's Axios gone, says Panic Attack. They just saw the front tongue flicked out and staring at, actually, from Axios. Now retreats like a tortoise head back into the shell. Panic Attack doing most of the work now. And flipping Axios up and over. I don't know if Axios suddenly lacked control there or something went wrong, but it stood stock still and has paid the penalty. In came Panic Attack. There go the lifting spikes, up and over. And Axios heading towards oblivion. Oh, out comes the tongue. Sticks and stones may break my bones. You can do whatever you want and gestures and poke your tongue out at me, but this is what happens. In comes the house robot. This is dead metal. Oh, look at that ripping at the side of Axios. They say that Axios can crush its opponents like a sandwich toaster. I've never, well, had anything crushed by a sandwich toaster. Look at now! Panic Attack attacking Matilda. Great stuff, Matilda up on its side, up and over. Matilda won't like this. Lost its body shell.
Cease.
We loved it though. Axios out, and Matilda will remember Panic Attack for the next time. That's for sure.
Our reigning champions on the road to the title again. Panic Attack, go through.
It's obviously working. That winning streak. Well done. That was fantastic. Did you enjoy that? Yeah. Yeah? What are you doing to Matilda? It's outrageous. You had a kit off and everything.
Yep, well, if we manage to deal with a contender, we're always going to go for the house robots.
The flipping seemed very easy. Just how much power is in the front there?
It's much stronger. So it'll lift about 18 stone, so the house robots are not really a problem. Except
Right.
for the one big one, I think. So.
I would have thought Matilda weighed more than 18 stone. Don't tell her I said that, though.
Beating Axios. And so we have Exterminator and Toe Cutter, Judge Shred and Panic Attack through to round 2. And this is how they line up. Judge Shred against Exterminator, Toe Cutter against the Panic Attack. And let's go off to another heat of the Pinball Challenge. Craig.
As a rule, pinball machines have flippers. And here on Robot Wars, we're no exception. They're called the house robots. Let the trials begin.
And this is how to score those all-important points. 5 points for each barrel down. 50 points for that tyre target, guarded by a house robot. 10 points for nudging the multi-ball release. 5 points for each ball down into a pit. 75 points for that target, again guarded. 25 points if you can open the car door. On from that, up and over the ramp will get you 20 points. And from there into the corner, more points to be picked up with the barrels, or 25 points for the big sphere into a pit. Dominator was the first of our pinball challengers and still dominates the leaderboard. Crusader started well, but then for some reason went into the pit. Eye of Newt was steady, but too slow. Six Pack was a genuine challenger to Dominator. Good run there. Points picked up. And Kilohertz shot around the arena, but was then shot straight into shunt. And though they were first to go, Dominator's still at the top of the board with 160 points. Kilohertz the most disappointing so far. What can Rocks do? The latest challengers. From that most prolific of roboteering families, the Sievers, its front lift is powered by fan motors, can get up to 15 miles an hour, aluminium to keep the weight down.
Roboteers, stand by.
Colin and Carl Sievers at the controls.
2, 1,
wearing shirts the same colour as their robot Rocks. Rocking and rolling. No, not quite. Cross of St George, proudly born atop, but come on, boys, it is now time to rock and roll. You won't get any points for taking on Killalot, but points scored nonetheless there. The barrels clatter and clang on the arena floor. Needs more speed. The barrels are already down. Well, one is standing. You might get another 5 points if you can topple that. But Killalot, you see, you've given him too much time to come in. Dodging the ramp. The target is down that way. Control seems to be a problem here. Meanwhile, Bash guards the tyre target. which would have got you 50 points. You're going to have to veer away from that now, Colin and Carl. Bash is blocking one route, Kill-A-Lot the other, so which way? Cheap points to be gained with the other barrels, that's a good decision, but, ooh, flipped up by the spike in the arena floor. Kill-A-Lot closing, he's behind you! Down go more barrels. It's hardly a barrel of laughs for the Sievers family so far. Have they made the best of what they've got, I wonder? Which wasn't a great deal, let's be honest. Now, I make that 35 points. Oh, disappointment for them. Rocks 2 confirmed only 35. Dominator still top with 160.
There'll be more from the Pinball Warrior tournament soon, but now it's on with the wars.
They're still there, Craig. The reigning champions Panic Attack against Toe Cutter, Exterminator against Judge Shred, and they're with Philippa in the pits right now.
Tiptoe through the weaponry. Just as we're about to go in, how do you feel?
Absolutely beautiful.
Do you? Yeah. You feel nice and confident?
Yeah, we think so.
Yeah?
They've got the right name, haven't they? Ex-Terminator.
Oh, really? You heard that there, guys? Oh, yeah.
We'll see when we come out.
Look, I have drawn your robot in the sweep. I haven't told you this until now. Now the pressure's on, I'm going to tell you. I need this robot to win so that I can buy everyone champagne at the end of the robot series.
No problem.
Yes?
We should do our best.
You included.
Oh, well, that's
So you're going to win?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. So better.
But what you don't know, Philippa, is that the winner of the sweepstake actually gets a bag full of nuts and bolts to build their own robot. Perhaps we'll see a life-size Philippa robot in the next series. This, though, is Judge Shred with Alan and Paul Blakeman. Tense, nervy, Exterminator, Paul Lewis, Marlon Pritchard. There's Marlon with the beard.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
And it's Exterminator whizzing across the arena floor at up to 20 miles an hour. And don't forget, it has that great pickaxe on the front as well, causing the damage in the previous battle against Hefty, you'll remember. Judge Shred looking to get those pincers in action with a great PSI value powered by CO2, but it's Exterminate! Judge Shred pushed towards the pit! Judge Shred! PSI! CO2! KO! TTFN! Ta-ta for now! Judge Shred! Over and out! Right on the edge of the pit! Hanging on in there! But surely, it's goodbye for now. Yes, I think so. Matilda and Kill-A-Lot. Oh, listen to the circular saw. That is just like going to the dentist and having the old drill in your mouth. Oh, that sent shivers down my spine.
Judge Shred, proving that it's impossible to crawl your way out of the pit of oblivion. Exterminator goes through to the next round. Let's hear it for Exterminator!
Oh, it was a valiant struggle till the end, wasn't it?
We tried, but we didn't realise how quick their robot was.
We hadn't seen them go before. We didn't realise they were that quick, basically straight across the arena.
They did. They were quite powerful as well, weren't they? Yeah. Look at these scars. They're incredible.
That's just not fair.
Did you really think you were in with a chance of getting out of the pit?
Not really, no.
But you kept struggling all the same.
Trying, you know.
Aww.
You've got to keep trying.
They're not going to let you dance.
I know. My robot in the sweep. I'm going to be a rich woman. Fantastic. Well done.
Thank you.
She's pleased, so they exterminate her through. And next up, Toe Cutter with that blade against the champions. Panic Attack of the last wars.
Just before you go in, how do you feel and what are your tactics?
Basically just get underneath him, turn him over and then go for the house robots.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're not too smug after winning the last war, are you?
No.
Do you think he's getting too smug after winning the last war?
Yeah.
Yes, I do too. You make sure you calm him down before we get up there, all right?
Well, there, Simon and John Reason with the Toe Cutter cherry picker in Kim and Michael Davis. Michael, his heroes, Michael Schumacher from Formula One. The speed of the toe cutter blade is fearsome. Will their control be adept? And Panic Attack with the blinking light, hoping to turn the lights out on toe cutter. For a place in the heat final. Immediately, toe cutter turning side on so that the blade can have full whip against Panic Attack. Panic Attack's main weaponry here, those front prongs to get in underneath toe cutter immediately and therefore immobilizing the blade. That is a very, very good technique from Kim Davis. Good control, good style. Brains behind there, Brawn. Digging in on the arena floor, Panic Attack. Once again, to get the prongs in underneath toe cutter. Oh, did you just see that blade flick out like a viper's tongue on toe cutter? It does move so quickly. Hardly the speed of sound, which the toe cutter boys would have you believe, probably. As quick as Space Rocket, as quick as Concorde, as quick as the quickest thing. Panic Attack now, in underneath toe cutter, and there goes the old flashing, blinking light of Panic Attack on the arena floor, but almost doing its job and turning toe cutter up and over. Tremendous heat semi-final this. The reigning champions. Difficult work against toe cutter. But I think the more aggressive of the two robots so far. What do you think? Certainly the toe cutter blade is formidable, it's fearsome. One of the deadliest weapons we've ever seen in Robot Wars. But for me, Panic Attack is the more mobile bot here. And again on the attack, pushing toe cutter up on its side. And up and over! Panic Attack! They think they're through, and toe cutter immobilized. The flashing blade cuts no more, and Panic Attack cutting and etching another name emblazoned in the Robot Wars honours list, I'm sure. Look at the damage now to toe cutter from Dead Metal's horrible circular saw, and Panic Attack promised to take on the house robots, and they've done just that again. This time Sergeant Bash. So, you take on my buddy Bash and I'll come in, says Dead Metal. Killalot having some fun as well. In the distance on toe cutter, this is Bash on Panic Attack. Look at Killalot there on the left as well. Toe cutter's dead and buried. Finished. And Panic Attack is leaving a legacy here with the house robots. They will not forget. Onto the arena spikes. Toe cutter's blade, once a viper's tongue, is now lolling hopelessly out of its groove, and Panic Attack dancing with Sergeant Bash as Killalot tries to rip toe cutter to shreds. What went wrong with toe cutter? Panic Attack, brilliant steering right from the start of the heat. There's the lance and drill of Killalot. There's Bash coming and trying to nip the blade off. Ooh, is it strong enough? No, the blade, the tongue, if you like, is bent and buckled like the hopes of toe cutter.
And the winner is obviously Panic Attack. Panic Attack, come and join me, lads. Well, you're our Robot Wars champions. You've won this round, but you wouldn't let it lie.
No.
You'd obviously won the fight, and then you go and take on the house robots.
Well, we've won it once, and this year we're here to entertain and really have a go at the house robots.
Do you not think you've got a chance this year?
Possibly not. Same as last year. If we get through, then we'd be happy. But
it's Panic Attack.
Now, this is a problem, isn't it? Because he's going to be even smugger now, isn't he?
I'm not. You see the damage done to it now.
Is it really?
I think we paid the price this time.
Oh, look, then it's just sheared straight through this.
Yeah.
The power of the house robots shall not be denied. Right, then, you best go and do some work before the next...
A Panic Attack pedicure for toe cutter, nailed. An exterminator, of course, already through to meet Panic Attack in the Heat K final.
All the destruction, all the devastation has led to this. Two teams about to slug it out for a place in our series semi-finals.
First, though, let's see how they got this far in this heat. Well, first for Exterminator was Hefty with the flower power. The flowers wilted. Exterminator with the spike. Hefty with the roll. And they were finished. Then it was Judge Shred with the front pincers. They nipped that in the bud too. Exterminator through to join Panic Attack. It was farewell to Axios, axed from the first battle, and then showing great control and steering, magnificent manoeuvrability. The dangerous toe cutter was foiled, flipped, and beaten.
Roboteers, stand by.
To take on the reigning champions, Exterminator. There at the controls, Marlon Pritchard and Paul Lewis. And there are the Kings. Panic Attack, Kim Davis at the controls, and young Michael.
Activate.
Kim loves his photography. Well, he wants a snap of himself on the victor's rostrum again, but it's Exterminator with the pickaxe. Spike coming down on the attack of Panic Attack early on. Spinning Kim Davis. Just to baffle. Exterminator, prepare to be terminated, says the slogan on the back. Tall. Exterminator, 94.5 centimetres in height. Panic Attack, certainly more manoeuvrable, but by far actually the slower of the two robots in a race, and now being pushed across the arena floor by Exterminator. Slightly the lighter of the two, Exterminator, about a kilo lighter, no more than that. But the stronger it would seem, slamming Panic Attack on the arena wall. And it's Exterminator's spike, which has been a key feature of this heat, right from the very start of the first battle against Hefty. And what can Panic Attack do here now? Needs to catch Exterminator out and attack side on, but lost an opportunity there. Exterminator again, crashes the spike down, bashes Panic Attack against the arena wall and towards Sergeant Bash, and the champions are in trouble here now. Sergeant Bash has them gripped, Panic Attack turning away. Exterminator comes in and slams Bash. That's a risky manoeuvre. And all this time, Panic Attack can't get those front spikes into action. There we can see the front camera again on shunt. That's a better move by Panic Attack. Now can they turn Exterminator up and over? This could be crucial. A crucial moment. Exterminator rolling. Goodness me, very, very lucky. Went piggyback up and over and came down right side up. Now it's Panic Attack on the aggressive. In comes Killalot. What a heat final this is. Panic. You might be in a couple of moments, champs, because Killalot has you gripped. But meanwhile, Exterminator is up on its side. Have they been immobilised here? Kim Davis looks grim. But I think Exterminator has been immobilised. Well, you can still see the tracks are spinning underneath, but they are very worried. The lights are on, but there's no one at home, boys. In comes Panic Attack again, Exterminator. They're trying to get righted once again. Well, Panic Attack, this is a performance of champions. Exterminator now being pursued, harangued and harassed by the horrible house robots. Off goes the chain, and that is the end now for Exterminator. Started so strongly in this heat final. Oh dear, they know it. They know they've done magnificently to get this far, but it's all over for them. Chained to the house robots, shunt slams, Killalot pulls, taunts, teases, torments, tortures. Terminated, yes, you have been. And Panic Attack.
Cease.
I thought they'd been beaten, but it's Panic Attack who go through to the series semi-finals. What went wrong with Exterminator? Well, that's key. Look at the CO2 gas escaping. And that was the end of their their self-running mechanism. And that's why Panic Attack have won it. Exterminator, when flicked up and over on its side, without the Shremek powered by the CO2 canister, which must have been punctured. They lack the ability to right themselves, and that's when the house robots killed off their dreams. Exterminated.
Well, Exterminator has been terminated. Panic Attack go through to the series semi-finals. You were confident. You thought you were going to rumble them. What happened?
Oh, didn't work out that way.
Your pickaxe didn't seem to have the power to get right deep inside his works.
We lost the air altogether, and that's why we couldn't self-right either. So we lost it all.
Never mind. Will you come back next year?
Definitely, we'll be back.
You'll be back with a stronger, bigger, badder robot, I hope.
That's right.
Bigger spike.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Exterminator! Well. You're through to the series semi-finals, guys.
Yeah, we're through again.
Everyone seems to underestimate you.
Yeah, I suppose they do. It's incredible that we're still through again.
Mike, what role do you play in this team?
I'm the tactics.
You tactics. So you're whispering in your dad's ear all the time what to do?
We're yelling in it.
Yelling in it. Well, the tactics seem to be working well at the moment, don't they?
They did this time. I actually listened to him. He said, keep away from the house robots. So.
Do you think you can go all the way again? You're doing really well. A lot of the favourites have gone out, but Panic Attack is still there, as always.
Yeah, we've suffered some damage. We'll have a look. I really don't know.
It's Panic Attack! You can smell the cowpats in the great outdoors. It's like the smell of fear on Robot Wars. Bye-bye.
Down there. What's
major damage there.
Oh, there is actually. It didn't look like you had a major damaging time.
It's horrendous, that is.
Wow. Is that going to cause you a massive problem?
I don't know until we take it all apart and see. We're going to need a big hammer. I think we should be able to run now. Just cut it off and run without it.